All right there. Hey, Ashley Benz here with Childcare Success Tools. Welcome back to another weekly video. Today we're going to be talking about 4 people that you should have on your success team. And so what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to go ahead and share this out with my group. That will allow Facebook to let everybody know that I'm here. That will give you guys a chance to pop on in here. While I'm doing that, what I need for you to do as you're coming in, I need for you to say hello. I need for you to also tell me where you are watching from. And can you please let me know if you are starting, growing, or trying to scale a daycare business. So we are going to jump right in here in a few minutes. And I'm excited about today's topic. So all right, let me go ahead and get this shared with my group. And we'll get started. You guys, this morning was crazy for me. I took my daughter, I have a 3-year-old. And first of all, for anybody that's new to me, if you just stumbled upon me, I just want to give you a special welcome to Childcare Success Tools. And two things I want to tell you is that I always use notes. And the second thing is that we always come with a cup of tea, lemonade, whatever. Today I'm drinking apple juice, water, whatever that you want. So I usually always try to do my go live videos during nap times, you know, the time that most owners and things like that are during the nap time for the children. And that gives you a little time to have your little break, grab you something special, and join me. So hello, hi Shakia, how are you? And as you guys are coming in, let me tell you what you're gonna have to do, because Facebook, y'all, is cracking down. I am telling y'all. But you're gonna have to you're gonna have to do something with this video to let Facebook's algorithm know that you want to see my stuff, okay? That you want to hang out with me on Wednesdays around this time of day. And so just when you come in, just let me know where you're coming in from, and are you starting, growing, or scaling a childcare business? All right. Hi, Mahalia. Love that name, honey. I love it. How are you? Where are you coming in from, Mahalia? Shakia, where are you coming in from? And are you starting, growing, or scaling a childcare business? So here we go. All right. Yeah, this morning though, I was going to tell y'all, this morning for me was crazy. Oh, come on, Facebook. Okay, let me go ahead and share this out. You guys, so I woke up, I took my daughter, I have a 3-year-old, and I took her to school this morning, and the weather here is crazy. So Monday, we had snow on Sunday, our very first snow. Monday, it was 27 degrees, and today it's 55. So I actually suffer from seasonal migraines, and my migraine just popped in. I was like, oh, please, we cannot have this day. So I dropped her off, got on the couch, took me a good nap, and I am good to go. But yeah, I like if the weather is wacky like this, these little migraines will come on. So, all right, Mahala says that she's from Detroit, Michigan, and she is growing and scaling. Love that. I have family that is in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So Shakia says Pennsylvania, and she's been a child care provider since '05. All right. Well, I am so glad that y'all were here. Let me go ahead and share this out. Y'all know I get, I can't do 2 things at once, y'all. And there's no such thing as multitasking anyway. So let me get this out to my group. Let them know that I am here. And we're going to get started. We are going to talk about the people that you should have on your success team. So, okay, where am I? Share in a group. And childcare success group. You guys, if you're not a part of my private Facebook group, you definitely need to join us over there, okay? Let me get this in here, y'all, and we'll get started. How is everybody's day going? Hi, Kimberly. How are you? What is the weather like where y'all are at? Like I said, let me pull this up here. Monday, it was 27 degrees. We had loads of snow. Well, not loads of snow. I think it was like maybe 1 inch. I don't even know. It was enough to, pretty much all the churches in town were canceled. And then today it's like 55, but it's really raining. So what's the weather like where you guys are located at? Okay, join me live here and post. So make sure I'm going to the right group, y'all. Post here. As you're coming in, please say hello. Let me know where you're coming in from, and also let me know if you are starting, growing, or scaling a childcare business. Okay, I've got some comments here. We'll get started, y'all. Y'all know I like to. Audrey, hi Audrey. Coming from Philadelphia, working on my medical daycare still. I decided to start a home daycare thanks to you. Oh, good. Congratulations. Yes, y'all, starting out small. There is nothing wrong with that. Hey, Jamaica. Cold and rainy. Cold and rainy. Yes, cold and rainy here as well. Starting out small, y'all, there is nothing wrong with that. And yes, Jamaica's in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, ladies. Who's ready to dive into today's topic? So before we get started, just for anybody who is, Kimberly said, dealing with a headache as well, but I will, yes, honey, oh my goodness. You know, I don't even know. It's just this weather for me. I know, at least on my end, it is weather. So I am praying that you feel better, Kimberly. Vanessa says, y'all were popping up in here with these comments. On the Florida Gulf Coast, and it's windy and in the 60s, we are supposed to get some nasty rain. Oh my goodness. Yeah. My husband's from Tampa, so, kind of know how that Florida weather can be, but hey, I will have to say y'all's weather is always nicer than ours in this time of the year. So, all right, you guys. So, for those of you that are new to Childcare Success Tools, welcome. My name is Ashley Benz. I am a childcare business strategizer and mindset mentor. And so basically who I help is I help those that are starting. If you're starting, growing, or trying to scale your childcare business, those are the people that I help. If you're starting out, basically what I do is I help you get yourself up and running, okay? Licensing, funding, all those preliminary things that take place to actually get a daycare business up and running and do it the right way. If you are growing, we do what we call childcare business automation injections into your childcare business. And what that does is that allows you to go from a growth standpoint to where you're kind of more scaling your childcare business. And then once we get into scaling, we inject what I like to call my FI plan, which is a financial independence plan for you that goes into investing and exit strategies and estate planning and just all those kind of things that you should be doing when you are at a scalable level. And basically when we're at that scalable level, you know, this is where you are making money, you're profiting, and now it's time to actually, okay, what do we do with this money? Because you just don't need to have money just sitting around and it not working for you. I always believe that when you are in business, that you need to have a business that works for you, not you working it. And you also, once you are at that level where you are making the money and you've got money sitting in your bank account, then you need to have that money working for you, not you working for it. And so that is what I do. Now, what qualifies me to do this is that I actually owned, operated, ran, and directed a childcare business for 10 years. And I have done everything. I have done everything from starting a business to closing a business, closing a daycare business, and then starting a second business. So I have been an entrepreneur for 15 years now, and I have been successful at running 5 and 6 figure businesses. Okay, so, and I am trying to scale up to 7 figure. That is what I'm working on. So, one thing that kind of makes my journey a little bit unique is that I actually ran my childcare business 2 different ways. I ran it without childcare business automation, which doesn't allow you to grow or scale. And then I ran it with childcare business automation, which allows you to grow and scale your and actually starting it as well. So a lot of the things here that you're going to be getting here at Childcare Success Tools, a lot of the different content that I bring, the videos, the trainings, the programs, is all from what I wish I would have done and the things that I wish I would have known. And now that I get to work with owners all over the world, so I have clients in the UK, I have talked to someone in Ireland, which is crazy, but now that I get to work with owners all over the world, it has equipped me to be able to understand what is needed in the industry and to help further. So it's just really amazing, and I'm so blessed and thankful for this platform. Okay, let me make sure that I'm not missing any comments. All right, so we're going to talk about 4 people that you should have on your success team. And before we jump into that really quickly, I do want to tell you that this video is sponsored by our How to Get Started Academy and our Childcare Business Automation Academy, you guys. The waitlist for those academies are open. And so right now we are currently working with current members inside of the program. We are the Childcare Business Automation Academy has been around for almost 2 years. And so we're in there, we're revamping, refreshing, revising. As I learn new things, I bring that into my community and to my clients. And so that's what's happening over there. In the How to Get Started Academy, which just opened up in December, we are working with current members to just really make that academy what we would like for it to be before we actually do another open enrollment. So waitlists are now open for our next enrollments on those. I will be sure to leave the links down below in the description box or in the comments if you're on YouTube. Now, one thing also, I forgot this in my last video. I was like, man, I forgot that. So if you're watching this from YouTube, you are watching the recorded or replay version of this. And what I need for you to do is I need for you to I need for you to subscribe to the channel, and I need for you to hit that notification bell so that you know when I go live. If you're watching this from Facebook, you need to train Facebook's algorithm by liking and sharing this, okay? So I invite you to do that. Like and share this off. If you know of any other childcare owners or people trying to get started that this video will be helpful to them, share this thing out, you guys, okay? This is going to be some good information, and I am all about bringing you guys valuable content. I don't do fluff stuff, and the reason why I don't do fluff stuff is because I talk too much. So usually when I get to talking, just all kind of nuggets and things start coming out, and a lot of stuff that I talk about sometimes I don't even have it here on my notes. So, all right. I always like to start off our videos with a client's review or some kind of a testimony. And so this testimony is from Rosie. She is a part of our How to Get Started Academy and is also one of my private clients that I work with. And she says that Mr. Victor and Miss Ashley, so for those of you that don't know, Victor is my husband, so that's what she's talking about. She says, I just wanted to let y'all, and I love this because y'all know that, yes, honey, I'm from the South. And so is Rosie. She's from Alabama. But she says, I just want to let y'all know how much I appreciate and how much I'm enjoying the How to Get Started Academy. I have been working on modules 5 and 6. And when I say just these 2 have opened up my understanding, OMG. I did module 5 twice and going to do the same for module 6. I'm taking my time and letting it soak in real good. She says, Mr. Victor, I love how you explain the difference between savings and profits. These have been explained to me before, but I didn't get it. But when you broke it down, it was very clear as water. You both are excellent teachers, and I just love how y'all take your time and put the puzzle together. I'm enjoying all the meat and potatoes this academy is bringing, and I can't wait to get full off of more. So she says, thanks you guys in advance. And Rosie, we are just having so much fun working with you and helping you get your childcare business started. So, and thank you so much for that review and testimony. All right, you guys, who's ready? 4 people who should be included on your success team. Now, I'm going to ask this question while I got y'all here. How many of you all feel like, do you have a success team? And what I mean by success team is like, who do you have on your team as a childcare business owner to help you? I would like to know that. Do you have a success team? Just put yes or no in the comments, okay? Yes, no, or I don't know, okay? Put that down. Who's on your team of people? Okay. So, the first thing I want to cover, though, is why you should actually have a team. Why should you have a team? Well, the first thing is that you need people who are experts in what you're not. You know, the thing about being a business owner and being successful at running a business is that you have to understand that you're not the expert at everything. I'm not the expert at everything. I don't know everything, okay? So, therefore, you know, I have to have people on my team that are experts at what I am not, okay? That's one reason. The other reason why you should have a team is that you need to ensure you are protected. And so when we are running a business, you guys, especially a daycare business, there is a lot of liability that's involved. Not only liability aspect of protections, but your money, okay, your taxes. I'm going to tell you guys this story. when I first got started, I went to an accountant. And this accountant, obviously, when you go to an accountant, Renee says, yes, she has a success team. But when you go to an accountant, I was young too. I was 21 when I got started. So, I didn't know nothing about running a business, you guys. All I knew is that I loved working with children, I love lesson planning, and I love teaching. And so I was looking for this accountant to be almost like a mentor to me when it comes to running the tax end of my childcare business. And they just was not. So I made a lot of mistakes, business-wise. And then that took me forever to recover from those things. Okay. Vanessa says, my husband has been helping me quite a bit on getting my home daycare business ready to open. That is awesome. And that is great when you have your a spouse or, a partner, whoever that is on your side. That is, honestly, like that's the best team, I think, for sure. So, but yeah, I ran into, a lot of problems tax-wise in the beginning stages because I had somebody on my team, but they was not in my best interest, right? And here's my thinking, you guys. Here's my thinking. And I get this now. I had a sweet little, I think she was 18 that messaged me on Instagram, and she's like, she wants to get started. Now, if I have somebody that's that young coming to me, and I feel like that it is my job to kind of come in with my mama wings and protect that person, especially if they're working with me or anything like that. But people don't do that, right? So anyway, that's what happened to me when I first got started. So that goes into the very first set of people that you need on your team. And this is kind of a team in itself, is that you need a legal team. Okay, now when I say a legal team, I'm not just talking about, someone that you kind of can call up and get like just a little, like, no, I'm talking about a team of people. So here's what should be included on your legal team. And here's what's included on my legal team. First of all, my legal team is all in the same firm, which I love. So if I need something, I don't have to call out here and there and here and there. Everybody on my legal team is all within that same office, and, they're at my fingertips. So, one thing that a good legal team is going to be able to provide to you is business startup services. So, they're going to be able to help you out with your business entity. I get this question all the time, what type of entity should I be? And so if you have a legal team, they're going to be able to help you determine what's going to be best for you. Okay. Dispute resolution. So, your legal team, there should be somebody that is able to do that kind of stuff. Meaning that, if there was an issue that ever come up, they can kind of help you resolve that out of court. Okay. And that's usually the first thing you want to do if there's ever some kind of issue with the family or parent or anything of that nature. Intellectual property is also somebody that is a part of a legal team. So they handle your trademarking, and things like that. So making sure that your business name is legal and all those good things. Okay. Labor and employment law. So, someone else that's a part of a legal team, they're going to be able to help you with that. So if you run into an issue, workers' comp or labor laws or anything like that, they will be able to assist you and make sure that you're doing things the right way. Okay. Also real estate. So you also need somebody, and this is a part of a legal team, that help out with real estate laws, making sure that, like, especially if you guys are in that scaling aspect and you are wanting to go into a multi-center and things like that, you need to have somebody that understands real estate laws. Okay. And understands, just how to navigate yourself through when you are trying to create deals and negotiations and all those type of things. Okay. So, that would be one group of people that you need to have on your team is a legal team. And that's what a legal team kind of looks like. Okay. All right. Now last week we talked about business resources you should have. And I did kind of talk about this, but I have some more that I want to add to this. So, marketing and advertising specialist. And so when I say specialist, you guys, they know how to work the pieces of a marketing automated engine. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, marketing automated engine, is where we go into when I'm working with somebody that's trying to grow their daycare business. So you're trying to get from the grow to the grow to the scale. Then we put in childcare business automation, and a marketing automated engine is basically it runs in the background of your daycare business while you're focusing on what you need to. So pretty much essentially you're not concerned about where your next family is going to come from. You're not really concerned about how do people hear from you. You're not concerned about those things because you have an engine that is running in the background of your daycare business. Now, prime example, I'm going to tell you this. Yesterday I was on the phone with a lady and I was trying to explain this to her, and I said, just like right now. So even right now as we speak, I have an engine that's running in the background of my daycare. Not my daycare, but of CST's business. So what that looks like is that while I'm sitting here on this Facebook Live or whatever, I've got people that are coming into my my engine, okay, from different angles. So that could be, I don't know, they could be coming to my website and they're clicking on something, or I get like here recently, last week I boosted my Facebook video from last week, and I got several people, new people, I don't know, that were not emailing me, but sending me Facebook messages. So, and actually, while I was talking to that lady on my phone, I saw one come through. So that's what like a marketing automated engine looks like. Okay, it's running in the background of your business while you're doing other stuff, right? So right now, I'm not out manually, advertising to people or passing out business cards or stuff like that when I'm talking to you. But my business is marketing in the background. Okay. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. And for those of you that are just coming in, say hello to me. Let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're starting, growing, or scaling a childcare business. All right. So your marketing and advertising specialists are that they know how to work the pieces inside of that engine that I was just explaining to you. So prime example, like I said, last week I boosted my Facebook post, okay? So, I need somebody that understands if you are using Facebook ads for marketing, you need a specialist or someone that understands how Facebook ads work and how they function so that you can ensure that you're getting ROIs on your investment that you're putting into those ads. So, examples of marketing advertising specialists is a Facebook ads manager. Okay, these are people that they do this stuff every day, you guys. And let me just say this with Facebook ads, it is what I teach people of how to market and advertise their business. There's other things that we use, but it is one of the number one things that I will teach anybody that comes to me that is struggling with marketing and advertising is doing Facebook ads. However, I will tell you that there is a lot to it, and there's a lot because you're dealing with the algorithm. So there is, there's little parts and pieces to even that. And so having a Facebook ads manager when you are new and kind of green to Facebook ads is what's called, that would be considered a specialist, okay? Hi, Priscilla. Okay. Mary Anna. Loving in Dothan. Oh, I'm starting up. You have helped me along. Oh, thank you so much, Priscilla. I am so glad to hear that. That's what I love to do. I love to help people any way that I can. So I love when I'm hearing that because that means I'm doing my job. Okay, another specialist is going to be website developers. Now, most of y'all probably have some kind of website developer or somebody on that end, but these are people obviously that develop your website, okay? But the cool thing about having a website developer is that, and this is what you should be doing every year, you guys, you should be going to your website developer and asking them, is there anything I need to do to kind of update my website? Things change, you guys, every day. And you always want to make sure that you are having a website that is, pretty much with the times, okay? So that is something that I would always do, is making sure that you talk to your website developer. What can we do differently? How can I, I don't know, make it fast. If it's slow, what can we do to make it faster? Just those kind of things, okay? Another thing is a social media manager. Now this is really huge. And I will say this, that you don't really have to hire someone to do that. I know I handle all my social media stuff, but, a lot of it depends on, once again, and as I stated in the beginning, you guys, I stated that, The reason why that you need a team is because, where's my notes, y'all? I'm going back to my notes so I don't get all rambly and scrambly up on y'all. It's because you need people who are experts in what they do. So when we're talking about like social media manager, if you're not good at that, then find somebody that is, and have them kind of show you how to make sure your Facebook business page is that you're doing the right things. Okay, that's one of the things I always tell people when we're marketing and advertising. The first thing that we do is we always work backwards with people. So like whenever we're putting an engine in place, and I'm like, okay, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to look at your Facebook ads. Okay. I'm actually working with a client now, and we're doing email autoresponders and setting those up. And so, we kind of work backwards. But one of the things that you need to be doing is, before you actually start advertising, whether you're doing on Facebook or anywhere, you need to make sure that your Facebook business page is bringing value and content that families and parents in your community are going to like. Because the first thing that people do when they come upon or stumble upon a new business is they go usually to your Facebook business page or your website. Now, if you're running Facebook ads, you got to make sure that your Facebook business page is got stuff on it. So it's just like me, when I run Facebook ads, there's content on my Facebook business page. There's these videos here. There's things that I, post daily. There's valuable content, just like Priscilla said, that, how I've helped her a lot. Well, the reason why the reason why I've helped Priscilla a lot is because, I bring valuable content. Priscilla does not come to my Facebook business page and just see, I don't know, rinky-dink stuff, or she doesn't even see me post on there, right? And not only should it be valuable content, but it needs to be consistent, okay? It needs to be consistent content. And you as the owner need to be up on that Facebook business page, you guys, okay? Listen, when you are trying to advertise your business, your childcare program, it is all about like, know, and trust factor. They need to see you up on there, okay? That means that you need to be doing live videos, and they need to see your face every now and then on your Facebook business page, okay? So anyway, I could go on and on about Facebook stuff, but anyway. All right, the other thing, another example of a marketing and advertising specialist is someone that deals with SEO, okay, search engine optimization. So search engine optimization is basically when people come and search in your community, when they search for childcare, that you pop up. And there's a lot of different, things that kind of go into SEO. But that would be considered a specialist. Is somebody that, I'm not really an expert at SEO. I know a little bit about it, but like if I really wanted to give CST a really big, bang with SEO, I'm going to hire somebody in that's what they do every day. Okay. All right. So that's kind of an example of marketing and advertising specialist. Now, somebody might ask a question, well, Ashley, well, how do I know what do I need? Your business tells you what it needs, okay? Your business tells you what it needs. And so that's kind of where, when I'm looking at a business, and I will look at things, I'm a strategizer. So I look at things in a way, okay, what's not working? Why is it not working? And then that's what we go and we invest into, okay? Okay. Thank you so much, Renita. I appreciate that. All right. The next person that you need to have on your team, and I talked about this last week in business resources, but I'm bringing it up again because there's more I want to say about it, is a virtual assistant. Now, I know that a lot of you all, if you are growing or in the scaling stage of your daycare business, you probably already have an assistant. You probably have like an assistant director, but there is so much power in a virtual assistant, you guys. And if I was currently running a daycare business at this present time, I know hands down I would have a virtual assistant. Now, here is a little saying that I want to give to you, and it says, doing it all will keep you small, okay? So if you are doing it all, and not only you, but if you are allowing your assistant director to try to do it all, you guys are going to stay small, okay? Because doing it all will keep you small. There's no way that you can grow or scale anything if you're the one, if your hands are in every single piece of it, okay? Because you should be working on that aspect of the business. You should be working on the growing and scaling aspect of the business, while other people are working on some of those little bitty things, okay? It kind of reminds me of the story back in the Bible where Moses was, what is that, y'all? He was doing all the small things, or handling just every little thing. And I want to say it was his brother-in-law that came to him. It was a family member, I think, that came to him. Was it Jethro? I don't know. Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, the story. But anyway, whoever he was talking to came and told him or whatever and said, hey, you need to let somebody else handle some of the small things and you handle some of the bigger stuff, right? Because, that's just logic. So, okay, now I want to give you guys this quote. If you have paper right now, you need to write this down, okay? I want you to write this down. This is going to be very, very powerful for you as you move throughout your year. You don't create your future, okay? But you create habits that create your future for you. And I've always believed that. And my thinking and my thought pattern is that everything I do every single little day in my business is going to equal up to something, right? So that's why I make sure that I am scheduling the things I do, that I have a calendar, that I set goals, and that there is a date and time attached to the goals that I set that goes on my calendar, because I understand that if I do not, I understand that every little bitty thing adds up to something big. Now that could be a big hot mess, or it can be exactly what I'm trying to do in my own business. And so even when I ran Ashley Angel's Childcare, I always made sure that I had a calendar. And so you don't create your future, but you create habits that create your future for you. And so what that looks like when you are doing it all, that is pretty much what you are creating. You are creating a childcare business where you're going to have to continue to do it all, okay? And so if you are trying to grow and scale, if you are trying to even start a childcare business and you are designing and setting up your daycare business for you to do everything, you're going to have a hard time growing and scaling. And when that growth does happen, okay, you're going to be swamped, okay? So I had to learn this the hard way. And I always tell, people that I work with and talk to that you've got to be ready for growth. Everybody wants to grow and everybody wants to scale, but you have to be ready for that. If you are not ready for that, you will drown, okay? So one of the other things I love about virtual assistants is that it cuts down on payroll costs because there is no payroll. You don't pay out payroll. They're independent contractors, okay? And another thing I love about it is that they're project-based. So some of the things that I'm talking about, like I was talking about your social media manager, your Facebook ads manager, and stuff like that. These people are independent contractors, and they basically work for themselves. And so there's no payroll involved. And what I love about virtual assistants is that the stuff that I don't want to do or the stuff that I shouldn't be doing, I hand it off to them, right? And I can scale back, so I can set my own budget with that, and I can say, hey, I've got a project for you. It's going to take about 3 weeks to do. I need for you to handle this. And then once that project is over, I can not use that virtual assistant for a while. There's a lot of different ways that you can use a virtual assistant, but what I love about virtual assistants is that there's no payroll costs. Hallelujah. And anybody that you all that are running your daycare businesses and you've got staff and employees, we know how much payroll can really, it sucks a lot of your revenue, right? So the more that you can lower that cost, and it's not saying you're going to have to get rid of people, but maybe you can scale back on, there's just different ways you can do. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. The next thing, and I mentioned this last time, but I'm going to mention it again. Let me take me a little sip here. Now, how many of you have teams? I know I heard somebody say they didn't and somebody said they did, but I would like to know, now that I'm talking about this, and now that you kind of understand what I'm saying, how many of you all have a success team that's built around you? All right, so the next person, and I think this is 4, yes, that you need to have on your success team is a coach and a mentor, you guys. You guys know I had talked about this last time, but I want to bring in some more, tell you some more about this, okay? So number one, if you want to be great at something, you just get a coach. Find somebody that can help you be great at you, okay? The one thing I love about working with coaches, I actually have two now that I'm invested in two. The one thing I love about working with coaches is that, and if you have a good coach, okay, they're going to tell you when you're wrong, okay? Hang on, you guys. I am getting something that says that my Facebook app has stopped working, and it's want me to close the app. So hopefully I don't get cut off here. It looks like I'm still going on here. Can somebody let me know that you can hear and see me okay right now? Because if I hit close this app, it's going to shut me down. So I'm not going to hit close this app. And I think I'm okay. All right. Can somebody give me some thumbs up, hearts, likes, something that I'm still here? All right. I'm going to keep going because I think I am. So, if you want to get great at something, you guys, okay, I'm good. Thank you, Priscilla. I really appreciate that. If you want to get great, and I'm not going to push that button that says close this app. I'm not closing this app. Okay. If you want to get good at something, you guys, you got to get a coach, okay? When you're faced with trials and tribulations, we either get better or worse. And, you know, when I think back about, you know, when I was facing these challenges in my childcare business and I really had no one to help me, and I mean like a coach or a mentor that understood childcare, that has been through what I went through, that understands the emotional side of what I'm going through, because this is thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate that. This is an emotional roller coaster ride. Okay. Running any business is an emotional roller coaster ride. Running a childcare business is an emotional roller coaster ride. And so I remember when I would go through those trials and tribulations and challenges, and I just could not find somebody that wanted to take out the time to look under my childcare business's hood and to find out, Ashley, why are you stressed out so much, right? So when we are faced with these trials and tribulations and we don't have somebody there that's in our corner, you know, we either get better or we get worse. And most people kind of get worse at what they do, okay? Most get worse because they kind of hit their limits. And what I mean by limit, your limit of knowledge, I just would remember just hitting my limit. Just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what else to do. I've thought of everything to solve this problem. I've thought of everything to solve my staffing issues, to try to find the right people. Like, you know, and that was my mind frame at that time. And I hit my limit. My brain was tapped. On top of everything else that you got to keep up with, on top of, you know, just even sometimes, you guys, the sensory aspects of running a childcare business, if you know what I'm talking about. Like when I say the sensory aspects, I mean like the noise level, right? The kids, and it's a beautiful sound. But when you're a struggling childcare business, sometimes it is just racket and noise because you don't have a clear mind, right? So, you know, I needed somebody that understood what I was going through, that had been through that emotional rod. Okay. Now it's how good your daycare business is going to be that really matters. Okay. It's how good that you're going to be that really matters. Not how good that it is right now, how good it's going to be, because what it's going to be is that's what's going to give you that longevity in this game. Right. Having someone who can see from the outside in is really, it is valuable. Okay. It is absolutely valuable to have that. And so I want to kind of leave you guys with this information. And this is, you guys know I like to use analogies. So I'm going to use an analogy here. So when you think about the birth of a child, okay, and everything that goes on in that delivery room, I remember when I delivered Nova, when I, went into labor with her, and y'all, everybody knows, of course, you're having those contractions, right? And the anesthesiologist, when they wheeled me up in the wheelchair on the second floor to labor and delivery, the anesthesiologist was just sitting there just joking. I'm like, please find me. And they couldn't, I don't know what the deal was, but They didn't have a room ready. That's what it was. And the hospital that Nova was born at, they were kind of reconstructing or something like. Anyway, they had to get me a bed and all. They had to get me a room ready, and I'm sitting in a wheelchair, and he's just sitting there like, joking, and I'm thinking like, really, like, this is not the time to be joking with me right now. I am having some contractions. But when you think about that whole setup, there's a whole team of people there. There's a team of doctors and nurses that are in that delivery room. And why is that? Well, it's because they want to ensure a successful delivery. Okay, they want to make sure that that baby has everything that it needs, even while it's still in the womb and getting ready to go through this transitioning of labor. And then when it comes out, they want to make sure of that, right? The nurses aid, the doctors ensure the quality of the actual room itself. They make sure that the quality there, the medicine is there, whatever is needed, the experience of the mother is all there. The assistant ensures everything that is needed, that everything is there as well. They are a team, right? Your daycare business is no different than that, okay? You are, every day that you walk into your daycare business, you are actually delivering something, okay? You're delivering a service. And so when you are trying to deliver a service without a team, just like if I was in the delivery room and there was no team there, am I going to be successful? Would I have been successful, right? Now, I know we can get into all that. There's other kind of birthing ways and all that good stuff. But, everybody has a team when they go into labor. And every day that you walk and you turn that key and you open that door to your daycare business, you guys, you are delivering something. You are delivering a service, okay? And when you do that without a team, guys, it's really hard to deliver a quality service, right? So we understand this when it comes to working with children in the classrooms, okay? We get that, right? So let's say if we have a child who is suffering from speech, well, what do? We go get a speech therapist, and we bring that speech therapist into the classroom twice a week, and, they sit down and they work with the child, and they give us things to work on with the child while they're not there, okay, until their next visits or whatever, or a behavior therapist that comes in. We have a child that's dealing with some behavior issues. We bring outside people and we bring experts in, right, to the daycare business to help that child, okay? Your daycare business is no different, right? And if you start treating your daycare business like you do that child who is in your classroom that needs something, okay? In the words of Dr. Seuss, and I love this book, oh, the places that you will go, okay? You got to have a team, guys. And if you want to go to those places that you want to go, you can't deliver a service without a team of people that back you up every day, just like, all those people that are in that delivery room when I was delivering Nova, okay? And any of you other moms out there that have done that whole process, okay? It's a crazy one, but it's a beautiful process, right? Because, if the team is there and everything works out the way that it's supposed to, you've got this beautiful baby that comes out, okay? And every day that you go into your business, you want to deliver this amazing, beautiful service to children and families in the community in your area, okay? Okay. So, does anybody have any questions or anything like that as I get ready to wrap this up? I am here. I can answer a few questions before we jump off if you have any. But I am just a believer in having a team of people. You guys, when I started my daycare business, I had no team. It was just me and my mom and my sister, and then my husband came in when I met him. And it was just rough, and the delivery aspect of our service, we delivered great service. Now that right there, I did that, right? But me, I wasn't being taken care of. That was a problem. And if you are not being taken care of as an owner, okay, if you're not taking care of yourself, which is something that I make sure that, when I work with clients, I make sure that we are self-caring. When I see a client that's not self-caring, I let them know right up front, we're stopping, okay? You're going to go take some days off. We'll come back to this next week, right? It's so important to take care of yourself, because if you cannot take care of you as a director and an owner, how are you going to take care of children and families, you guys, okay? Okay. Yay! I'm super excited to hear that. Ellen says, hi, Ellen. She says, I'm in the process of building my team. This video content is extremely helpful. Thank you. I am so glad, you guys. I was like, you know what? This information needs to be out there. Okay. So that is my job. So, all right, you guys, it says how did I go about hiring a virtual assistant? There are so many different ways to do it. Fiverr has virtual assistants that are really great. There is another company. Now, I actually found my virtual assistant through a Facebook group. There are Facebook groups that actually have virtual assistants as well. You'll just kind of have to be careful when you go into them. But I'm trying to think. I don't even know. If you just type in virtual assistants in Facebook, I think some groups should be able to pop up. But yeah, Facebook is a really great place to hire a virtual assistant. But I actually met at least one of my virtual assistants. I met her in a Facebook group. We were friends in a Facebook group, and that's what she did. And so, yeah, Fiverr has really good virtual assistants. There's another company that is, oh my goodness, what is it called? I can see their logo. Is it I think it's Odesk. Yeah, but even if you just go and Google like virtual assistants, honey, there's a slew of stuff that will pop up for sure. So Vanessa says, I'm in the process of developing a Facebook business page and I need help putting it all together. Okay. Yeah, Facebook business pages, I don't think like putting it together is not that difficult. Unless you are struggling with that. But I think for me, at least on my end, and like when I kind of got started with Facebook business page, well, even with Ashley Angels, it's just coming up with content like every day, because you've got to show up, you guys. If you got a Facebook business page, you have to show up every day. It's crazy, how like even with CST, I have gotten people that say, Ashley, where was you last week? So like, that's why if I don't ever get a chance to go live, I will post on my Facebook business page why I'm not going live, because I've had people to Facebook message me and they're like, Ashley, I didn't see you. Where are you? So, what happens is that when you're consistent, it allows your audience to be able to know like when you're coming on and pretty much what they can expect from you. So, Priscilla says, I appreciate you. When I first started working on this, I got overwhelmed because it was just me. So I stopped. Now I am refreshed and understand that I can't do this alone. So thank you. I ran by one of your ads. Yay. See, it works. Glad I saved it. Thank you for investing your time and knowledge to help us. Thank you. You are so welcome, Priscilla. And I'm so glad to hear that. So yeah, and some of you guys are going to be watching this Facebook live that I'm doing right now, and you're going to be coming from an ad. So that is how powerful advertising is. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I think I'm going to feature that, if you don't mind, Priscilla. I'm going to feature that in my next testimony, if you don't mind. So I would love to be able to share, your, CST results, with others. So, okay, you guys. So in conclusion, you guys can do this, y'all. You can do this, but here's what I want you to do. When you are struggling with your childcare business and you are having those days that are just, you're going through it, I want you to look at it like a child. If this was your child, which it is, what would you do for it? Okay. Would you take it to the doctor? Would you call up so-and-so? What would you do for this child? What does this child need? I'm actually going through that right now with CST, you guys. My business is shifting. And, one of the things, it'll be 3 years in March that I've been doing this. So one of the things that even myself that I've been kind of struggling with is just making sure that I have the right programs for you all, making sure that I'm bringing exactly what everybody needs. And, my goal is to help, I don't even have a number. So like some people say, I want to help like 1,000 childcare programs this year. I don't have a number because I want to help as many people as I can. But so my business is kind of shifting and I'm having to obviously shift with it. But, the one thing I will say this, you guys, if you are dealing with some uncomfortableness in your business, it's because your business is trying to help you shift. And, we've all heard that saying, but when you are comfortable, you're not growing, right? And so right now I am a little uncomfortable. it's just doing a lot of shifting. I'm shifting. I've learned so much. And so anyway, long story short, right now I'm having to invest in other things in my business because of the shift that is taking place in. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to learn more about how I can better help people, how I can better serve and bring quality programs and all those good things. So at the same time, as frustrating and challenging and uncomfortable that I get with it, it's exciting because I know that on the other side of this shift is going to be my next level, right? So just always remember that, if you're kind of going through that phase, just remember that if I can get to the other side of the shift, which usually when your business is shifting, I'm going to tell you what it feels like. It sometimes feels like you don't know what you're doing. It sometimes feels like you don't have the answers. And you will see struggling, okay? There is struggling with that. There's some things, you'll see things not working the way that it should, or like you have a vision and it's just not happening the way that you want it to. That is, your business is telling you, we need to shift a little bit, okay? And so lean into that, you guys, okay? I just call it being obedient. That's just it. I call it being obedient to God. That's just it. It's crazy when I started Childcare Success Tools almost 3 years ago. And like I said, I've told y'all this before, but this was not my plan. I didn't know anything about, did I know about Facebook Lives? I'm trying to think, did I know anything? I think I did a little bit. I didn't know anything about Facebook Lives. I didn't know anything about doing any of this stuff, you guys. And I just did a video on YouTube and it went viral. And then I was just like, Lord, where are you taking me? Because I don't know what I'm doing at all. And so even that was really uncomfortable for me. And I've shared this before, but I'm an introvert. So I don't like the spotlight. I don't like to be the center of attention. I don't like any of that. Like if I'm in a crowded room, I'm the one, I will sit in the back. Okay. But I think that when it comes to this, I don't know, this is the area that I feel most comfortable. And so when I am in, talking with childcare owners and directors, or I am in a room of childcare owners and directors, I feel comfortable because I feel like I know y'all. I don't know, I feel like that we, as owners and directors, I think that we come wired with a different type of spirit. So I just feel like that I know, if I meet anybody that says, oh, I'm a daycare owner, I just feel like I know you instantly. But naturally, that's just not me. And so, when this was shifting and I'm like, oh, I've got to get up here and do Facebook Lives. Oh, I've got to go on and do Instagram stories and I've got to do this and that. And one of the other things that, that is coming up on CST is me doing some type of a live. I've been talking about this, but some type of a live thing. You guys, I'm terrified of doing something like that. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Just even to try to facilitate things and putting it together, because number one, I'm a type A person. So if I do something, it's got to be done right. I'm not going to host an event and it's crappy. That's just not going to happen. If my name is on it, it is going to be excellent. Okay. So anyway, but for me, I just work through those things, and I understand that the Lord is trying to shift me, and if I'm going to be obedient, I just have to be uncomfortable for a little bit, and it's okay because He's got me, right? He's got you. Yes, thank you so much. Priscilla says, "How did you manage to balance it all?" That's a good question. Oh goodness. I take one day at a time, Priscilla. I have learned to take one day at a time. And I think for me, what has really helped me to balance everything is that I get my priorities straight. I said this on one of my Instagram stories the other day. And if you guys do not follow me on Instagram, please do. Instagram is where I share the behind the scenes of CST, and you guys kind of get to come in and hang out with me and the families. I do all kind of little Instagram stories. And the Monday, Martin Luther King Day, we took Nova to Jump Zone. There's a little Jump Zone thing. And so I did all that. Yeah, if you're on Instagram, honey, you got to follow me. You'll get to kind of see it's CST behind the scenes of me and my family. But I shared that, as far as how do I balance it all. So one of the things I have learned to do, you guys, is I compartmentalize my day, and I prioritize. So the three things that the way I prioritize: number one, God comes first. He's the first person that I consult in the mornings when I open my eyes, okay? And I grab my phone. I do not come to Facebook. I do not go check my emails. I go directly to my Bible app and I get a Bible. I have a Bible, the Bible reading plans that come on. So number one, put your priorities in order. Mine is God first, family second, and then CST is third, okay? And so whenever I am trying to figure out, like, okay, where should I be right now? I always go back and I'm thinking, okay, Lord, what is priority? Okay. So I always make sure that I, am having my relationship with God, making sure that's where that should be at. And that kind of sets a tone for everything else for my day. Okay. Another question. I'm new, but may I ask, do you still do childcare as well? Oh, yeah, I get this question asked all the time, Gat. No, I do not. What happened was, so I ran my daycare business for 10 years. And then we struggled with infertility. So me and my husband was married for 6 years and we could not get pregnant at all. A lot of that stemmed to the stress of running the daycare business. And so what we actually ended up doing was we injected what I teach now to owners is childcare business automation. Change my life. Changed my life, you guys. So the 8th year that I was in business, actually the 6th year I was in business, and some of y'all have heard this, but Gat hasn't heard it, so I'm going to tell her. The 6th year that I was in business, we finally started to kind of get things running. And so I pretty much say that my business was running in a lucrative way. Everything was lucrative, okay? It was running like a well-oiled machine. And then the 8th year that I was in business, it was rocking and rolling. We were just, everything that I dreamed of was happening. Like I was not working long hours anymore. I was off on Fridays. We was able to start taking family vacations at that point. And then, the 9th year that I was in business, I got pregnant. So when I say that childcare business automation changed my life, if you ever see my daughter, that is the result of childcare business automation, okay? So anyway, after we had her, now 2 years prior to that happening, there was something I will never, ever forget this day. I was sitting in my office and I was looking out the window and something came up on me and this is what it told me. And it told me this. It said, Ashley, you are not supposed to be here. You are not supposed to be here. And I just was, it was such a depressing moment for me running. I was just so depressed. And so I sat with that for 2 years before I really told anybody that, okay? Because my plans and my visions was that I was going to be that 70-year-old lady that was still coming up in that daycare business, y'all, that was going to be coming in and checking stuff. Like that was going to be me. That was my plan and my vision. But God said, Ashley, nope, that's just not what you're doing. So I sat with that for 2 years. And then you know how people say, like, I never got this until after I had my daughter Nova. But you know how people say, well, after you have a child, just everything becomes clear. Well, that's what happened to me. So then what I sat with for 2 years when I had Nova became very, very, very clear that I was not supposed to be there. Now, I didn't know why, and I didn't even know what I was going to be doing next. But I just knew that I had to be obedient. I knew that. And I understood that chapter of my life of running a daycare business was over. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. So y'all get your tea, coffee, whatever, because we're getting ready to get into a story. I'm going to tell you what happened. So my thoughts was that, because I had this vision, and the vision was that I was going to be over like some directors, and that we were going to expand, and that I was going to have like regional directors and all that kind of stuff, right? So I remember I had just had her. Like, she might have been like 4 weeks old. And we were, at that time, we were working with our realtor. We were looking at locations. We were getting ready to open up Ashley Angels #2. And so we were getting ready to go down that whole road. But we just kept getting blocks. Like, things just, it was the building wasn't going to work out, or it was just something. But for me, like, I understand when there is a block that's a brick wall, and I understand when there's a block in my life or business that is something that I'm supposed to get through. Well, I knew this was a brick wall. I knew this was a brick wall block. That was just it. And so, I'm always, whenever I'm faced with anything, I'm always praying, and I'm always seeking the wisdom of God for stuff. So, and me and my husband both. So we prayed and we prayed and we prayed. And so anyway, long story short, we decided to close down the business. So then I became a stay-at-home mom, so I was raising, going through that whole phase. Did a YouTube video, my husband's idea, get on YouTube. I'm like, Victor, now I am not like the spotlight kind of person. I do not want that. Don't mind watching YouTube, but I don't want to be on YouTube. But I was sitting here and I was thinking, and obviously when you're praying about things, God just tells you, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to get on there, and if I just help one person, that's great. And I was like, nobody's going to see it anyway, but I did, and y'all saw it. So here I am. So anyway, that's my whole story of why I don't do daycare business anymore. All right. Okay, Vanessa says she followed me on Instagram. Yes, some of y'all follow me on Instagram, but I don't know who y'all are because of y'all's names and stuff like that. So, but that, yeah. Okay, and Priscilla says, I don't have an Instagram. I think I'm the only one. No, honey, you are not the only one. I got on Instagram maybe like a year ago, and at first I didn't like it, but now I love it. Like, I can't say I had an Instagram story, so... Okay, you are so welcome, Gat. So yeah, anyway, for anybody that's new, that's my story, you guys. It's a long one, and then everything that I pour into Childcare Success Tools is just everything that I learn and then continue learning about running a childcare business and just a business in general. So, all right, you guys, listen, I've got to get off of here, but in conclusion, you guys know that we always end our videos with what I call a virtual goodie bag. And so, if you want to dive any deeper into childcare success tools, learning more about working with me. If what I talked about today in today's video resonated with you in any kind of way, I always like to leave what I like to call my virtual goodie bag down below in the comments or in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. So what I have for you today is my Facebook group. Okay, if you are not, and I know it's like Facebook groups are, I'm gonna have to go in and clean out a lot of mine this year, y'all. That's one of my 2019 tasks, but join us over in my private Facebook group community, guys. It's over thousands of members in there that are starting, growing, and trying to scale their daycare businesses. And so hop on in there, you guys. You guys are going to get great feedback. I'm really active in the group. And so yes, you definitely want to join that. Also, be sure that if you are trying to get started and you are needing help, or if you're trying to automate your childcare business and you're needing help, be sure to get on our Academy's waitlist. So there's a How to Get Started Academy, and we offer a Childcare Business Automation Academy, you guys. And so you can get on that waitlist. Those academies, we don't know when they're going to be opening or when the next enrollment's going to be opening up again. But if you get on the waitlist, then you'll get notifications and all that good stuff of any kind of specials or the next enrollment dates that we have. So that I will leave down below as well. And also check out my online campus at childcaresuccesstools.com for other resources. I'm also going to leave down below because I know that some of you all are going to be new to me because I'm going to be advertising this video. And so I'm also going to leave down below my How to Get Started roadmap guide. So it is a 9-page guide that kind of walks you through how to get started, like just that whole, answer some of those questions that you might be having. And then also my childcare business automation checklist, I'll leave the link down below to that. So those those pages were down, those links were down the last few days, but we've got those back up and running. So those will be available to you guys. All right. Hi, Cornelia. Cornelia says she'll have to watch again. Meetings all day. Yes. Well, that is the beauty of Facebook because it's always here. So I love that. Deb, I'm going to have to watch the replay. It's better than not at all. That's right, Deb. And so you guys that are watching the replay, if you do have any questions or anything like that or comments, leave them below. You guys know Facebook is going to notify me and I will respond back. If you're watching this on YouTube, you guys, what I need for you to do is I need for you to subscribe to this channel. I need for you to give this video a thumbs up, okay? I need for you to hit the notification bell so that you can get notified of my weekly videos that I usually post up every Thursday. Sometimes I get them up on Wednesdays, but usually Thursdays is when you'll get the videos posted here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, be sure that you like my business page if you have not liked it. Also, be sure that when you do like the business page, that you go and you set your notifications so that when I do go live and broadcast, it's going to let you know. That way, if I do a bonus live, you're on it, right? Okay. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to get off of here. Thank the Lord that he let me sleep off that migraine. I'm so thankful for that because I was like, I've got to do this video, y'all. So even if I have to fake it, honey, I'm going to get up here and do it. But I prayed and he got me through it. So yeah, I'm super excited. All right, you guys, I've got to get up here. I will see you guys next Wednesday between 11 and 12 Central Standard Time is when you can catch me here on Facebook Live. And if you're on YouTube, hop over on Facebook so you can join us live, okay? All right, you guys, listen, have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, I am sending you my prayers of success and encouragement your way, you guys. You've got this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.